Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay. Let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say tonight? All right. Looks like everything is kind of focused in one area there. And the card we have tonight is the Princess of Discs. And this is a card that is all about creativity, kind of sensuality, connection with the body. It can be quite literally about pregnancy, birthing, but also birthing ideas, your creativity, material matters, business ventures. And just kind of overall sense of innovation and the beginnings of motherhood. Okay, let's see. What do we have going on in there? It looks like we have it looks like a mermaid to start out right here. And it almost seems like we have a person sitting here kind of pointing down at this mermaid. We also have what looks like a seahorse here. And it kind of almost looks like a person holding on to the hand. So we'll start with this mermaid in this little situation here. I would say that this is kind of, it's because the seahorse is also of the water, but then we have here, it looks like they are sitting on land. So the mermaid related to this concept of a strong being that a cosmic being, a most fortified and magical, being, consciousness that flows through that vast ocean. If you can imagine, maybe like a dark black ocean in the night, right? And it's reflecting the million stars in the night sky, and this beautiful creature just swimming right through these waters. And this is the unconscious. This is that ocean of abstract things, concepts and archetypes and symbols, and the place where our thoughts are birthed, where our ideas come from. And so I kind of think of this mermaid as being a messenger almost, or maybe the being that's in there, kind of like when we order groceries off from our favorite stores, and they go and pick out the groceries, and then we go and pick them up, or at least I used to do that during the pandemic. And so this is a being that goes and kind of picks through the ocean of our unconscious and finds beautiful things, scary things, difficult and lovely things to kind of bring as an offering to us, so that we may assimilate them into our consciousness, our forward consciousness. And So what does that really mean? It seems like they're handing something off or holding hands with the person who is on the land. And to me, that would indicate there's kind of a birthing of creativity, as we talked about with the Princess of Discs. Something coming to the forefront, something kind of unrefined and new. Maybe a new interest, a new devotion, okay? I think that this is something, I see this person who is even on higher ground kind of sitting here. It looks like they're pointing. So I feel like this is going to be an important kind of step into a new cycle of creating, of conceptualizing, kind of maybe a missing part to a problem. And so this is interesting, this is worthy, and this, you know, will be coming. And, you know, I know, Cancer, you don't make waste of your ideas. You have a lot of them. And I'm sure that most of them are just, you know, come and go and are kind of just spitballing. And, you know, but I think that this is going to be something that is influential for a longer period of time. And now we see also the bird flying above. And I think that this is very much, you know, it is a very sharply intelligent, well-conceived, you know, outcome here, output. I think that this will really be kind of the key to something going on in your creative space. This will help get you into that next room. And then we have the seahorse. And the seahorse, you know, in this context, we've had seahorses a lot lately. Seahorses and number 7s for some reason. But in this case, I think this is very family oriented. I think that this is all about devotion to a family that you have built. There's a desire for harmony and order. And I think that, you know, it's really important to you that kind of all the parts function smoothly. And this is the most ideal state for creativity and innovation for you. If things are orderly, everything is kind of, you know, going along as planned. You know where everything's at. Everybody's kind of doing their piece. There's not a lot of, you know, variables coming in and upsetting the process of the tedium of life, right? And with the seahorse, I've been mentioning this in the readings, is that I love when they curl their little tails around you know, a plant. And sorry, this is my cat eating over here. So they curl their little tails around a plant and they kind of fall asleep there. And they're, you know, sometimes there's a few of them kind of lined up the side of this plant. And I assume that they do this so they don't drift away while they're sleeping. But you know, to me, what this also indicates is this sense of finding rest within this kind of family unit. Having people, you know, created an environment, a family, a unit that is functioning well enough that you can find places for yourself, so that you know, can rest your mind at times, so that you can, you know, take an odd nap here and there. I think that's really, you know, that can be difficult for you, Cancer. I know that kind of turning off that desire to continue on your projects and, you know, kind of stay immersed in them, that can be, you know, your whole focus when you really get going with something. But I think this is kind of really makes me believe that you have that support there. Now, it's really comes down to, and I'm looking up here, I see one person and two people, and kind of this symmetry, and I think in a union of sorts. And so to me, what that says is that there has to be, you know, communication, you know, planning, division of labor, scheduling, you know, being clear to one another, clearly stating things, and saying, you know, what is it? It's say what you mean what you say. So doing what you say you're going to do, and having, you know, the trust that they're going to do what they say they do. And hopefully that's the dynamic. Of course, we all, you know, we all have our moments where we fall short, we forget something. But I think overall, you are in a situation where you don't really wonder if this thing's going to get done, right? I think really the big thing here is just, you know, a matter of figuring out how it's all going to, you know, be scheduled, and letting each other know what's going on, right? And this doesn't have to be that you're in a marriage, or, you know, you have like a kids or anything, but maybe you have a roommate, maybe you live with your, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, other, and, you know, you just have to get on the same page with things. And, no. Go on, kitty cat. Go on. Okay, sorry about that. Trying to keep the cats off of this table so they don't knock over this beautiful relief, this little statue we have here now. So, other than that, what do we have going on? Okay, so I'm looking, it looks like a little nest with a bird sitting, and then we have what looks like maybe maybe a dog kind of looking up at this nest. Okay, so this is interesting. It kind of almost feels like somebody who, and with the dog, there's the friendship, loyalty, you know, a long-lasting relationship. Probably not romantic, but, you know, somebody you love and care for. Also could be family. And I see them kind of gazing up there, and I feel like you're almost kind of, maybe you are maybe raising children, or just very kind of focused on your home life, your nest, you know, your, and with the bird kind of sitting there, it almost seems like kind of in a ruling kind of feeling, like you really are balanced and you enjoy being home. There's a nice balance there. Kind of like you've worked hard to get it kind of how you like it. Probably worked hard to obtain the home that you want. You know, if you own or rent, it doesn't matter, but set it up in the way that you want, and just made it a place where you like to be, basically. And so I see this person as not being envious, maybe a little envious, but kind of they look to your contentment, your ability to continue to do well in your creativity and your work, but also be contented at home. Which I think there's kind of this idea that, like, when we get to a place where we're happy, and we just like, we feel like this is like what I've been working for, that's when like our creative senses kind of like fall apart, because we don't have that, you know, that hunger to keep creating. But I think that's not always true. I think that you can definitely get to a place where you've achieved a lot of what you want, and you create new goals and so on. But I do think that this is somebody that you should reach out to. I almost kind of think, you know, oddly about sending a card or a letter. Maybe their birthday's coming up. Maybe maybe it would be just more thoughtful to kind of write a physical letter, send it in the snail mail, and let them know that you are thinking of them. But I think that they really look at your life, and it is very kind of like a motivating factor in their own journey. But it's nice because it's not like, you know, they are resentful or have any kind of animosity towards the fact that you have done well. But they look at what you have and they're happy for you, and they hope that they themselves will find the same kind of happiness and contentment and enjoyment in their own lives. Okay, and so this one looks like a possum, which is so funny that this comes up, because I swore that I saw a possum out in the backyard. I've never seen a possum at this place that I live now, and I swear I saw one. It could have been a squirrel, because it was really kind of quick. Just saw it briefly going through like different bushes, but I was like, oh my gosh, is that a possum? And I was so excited. I am truly like a child. Like, I have like the biggest I go crazy when I see an animal in real life. Like, I don't necessarily, I'm not trying to touch them or hold them, but, you know, I like, I'm so excited when a few weeks ago, I was coming home from out of town, and there was a big old raccoon that ran across the way and into a field, and I almost lost my mind. I was so excited. It was so cute waddling across the road there. And so anyways, the possum is, it's an animal that kind of feels like it's so misunderstood. People, you know, think of it as this kind of screechy, mean, like it's gonna hiss and bite you, but they're really actually very gentle and loving. They kind of quietly go about their work. Oh my gosh, they're such involved parents. Well, at least the moms I know are for sure, because they carry their babies in a pouch. They're a marsupial, and then the babies like hang onto their back for a long time, and they walk around with all these little babies holding on to them, and it looks like it's, you know, a lot of work. So I feel like, you know, at times you maybe feel like you are perceived as somebody who is maybe a little asocial or antisocial. You don't really necessarily have the easiest time relating to people. You feel like maybe you say the wrong things, or you don't have much interest in, you know, the small talk and those initial things that kind of get you in the door to getting to know somebody. And I think you kind of perceive yourself as being somebody who people are like, this is like weird energy. I don't really like, you put off kind of a darker aura maybe. But I think in reality is that people see that you're lovely, you are hardworking, you, you know, really go out of your way to take care of your own. And you maybe just are a person that is not into being super frivolous or chatty. And that's not a bad thing. It just means, you know, maybe they don't want to bother you with their, you know, little cooler talk or whatever it's called. So I think that's something to keep in mind. You know, I think that you are definitely an approachable person. You are a person that people like and enjoy, probably find quite charming or, you know, lovely. It's just, you know, I think in this day and age especially, if you kind of, you know, don't engage quickly, people are usually kind of just stay in their own, you know, little zone. At least that's my experience. And so, let's see, let's take a look at this one. Ooh, we have a nice little line of birds. Okay, and we have a little rabbit here. Little birds. So I feel like I feel like it there is just this sense of family, community, harmony happening, and you're chosen people. I feel like it's just, you're getting into a place where everybody is kind of, you know, catching their stride. Everything's kind of just going along. And, you know, I think of in my yard, you know, we have rabbits and squirrels and birds, and they all kind of share the same area. And you just look out there and there will be a couple rabbits eating, you know, the plantains and things out there, and the birds hopping around eating all the little crickets and stuff, and squirrels digging in my flower beds. And you know, everybody's kind of just doing their own thing, but they all exist in a beautiful kind of harmony, you know, until somebody who's not supposed to be there comes, like another bird that's like not, you know, it's not their territory or whatever. Then it gets pretty rowdy. But I think that right now it's just kind of really in a cool area. You know, you're really vibing with life, and it feels aligned in a way that, like, this is what it's supposed to be like this. I can really, you know, I could live like this forever. So cherish these times. I mean, really, keep them in your mind. Remember the impressions, the feelings, you know, just the ease of it all. You know, that's what will get us through those darker, more difficult, anxiety-ridden times. You know, you think about when everything's kind of just going along smoothly. Also reminds you why you work so hard, you know, because these are the people that you love, and you want to, you know, have something to keep your life together and all of that. And also just stay in a place that feels, you know, like you're doing something, some kind of, I feel like Cancer people really thrive when they stay busy with things that they care about. There's not a lot of idling. And when there is, that's when, you know, it becomes a little more melancholy. And so I think, you know, in these moments where everything's kind of going along well and you are staying busy, but not too busy enough that you can participate and enjoy your life, you found a really good balance. Okay, so I want to go ahead and thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such a pleasure to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And the algorithm, as we know, is who chooses who is going to get pushed out there and everybody's, you know, going to be able to see the video and grow the channel and all those things. So if you have not subscribed, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. Oh, Pudgy. Oh, yep, there you go. Come on. So I'm just going to hold this. Oh, buddy, come on. Okay. I forget what I was saying. Oh, you can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next video is coming out. And if you want to leave a comment, I read all of them. I try to get back to them as quickly as possible. Sometimes it gets busy over here and it takes me a day or two, but I promise I do read them and I appreciate them. I love that I've been getting to know some of you through the comments, and I really appreciate all the lovely, kind things that you have to say. And all of you that come over from Dove and Serpent, Tarot, shout out to my husband. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for coming over here and checking out the readings. Okay, I want to thank you, and we will talk again very soon. Okay, you gotta let go of me, buddy. I gotta turn the thing off. Thank you.